So let's dive into part 2. Beloved, peace and blessings. This is Empress Chakra Wanda sharing my story, my life journey of how I manifested 6 successful careers using or following my intuition, using my imagination, and paying attention to divine signs. Be sure to go to part 1, you guys, so you can really, just feel the impact. I'm excited to share with you my journey. So I left off with, I started off talking about how I got my first corporate job with Eastman Kodak, and then the synchronicities and signs that showed up for transitioning out of that career into working with Hewlett-Packard. And then from there, how I was led into the holistic arena as a massage therapist. And it is in that career. So in 2005, after I jumped corporate ship, I dived into my training in massage therapy. I enjoyed a very long career. Right out of school, I had the opportunity to work at Presbyterian Hospital. That's what it was called at the time. The training that I received was with Southeastern. It's called Southeastern Institute now, but it was at the time that I attended Southeastern Institute for Neuromuscular Massage Therapy, and their training was extensive. They taught you anatomy and physiology as if you were a pre-med student. So I really wanted to use those skills in the medical environment, and I approached the local hospitals after graduating and actually ended up doing a 2-year paid stipend part-time assignment, blessed with working on oncology patients. And, after being there for a couple of weeks, the director of the oncology program asked if I would commit to a year. In turn, they would fund my advanced certification in oncology massage. So the blessing in what I'm sharing with this piece is that when you avail yourself, when you step forward and, say for instance you want to learn new skills and you're in a career, think about volunteering your time, with your skill. Even though you're working, think about volunteering in environments that you want to get exposure to, to advance your career. So I was working as a massage therapist at a place called Zen Massage, but I also volunteered at the hospital. And for 2 years, it was a powerful experience. One of the things is that I worked on oncology patients, and within 2 years, many that I worked on, I might have started on them, working with them, and then by a year, and some of them were 2 years, they had transitioned. So I got to know these people. They also taught me. I remember vividly one time beginning to work with a patient, a male, and I think he was in stage 4. And he came in, he sat down in the massage chair, leaned down in it. And as I began to approach him with my hands, I hadn't even touched him. He just could feel the energy, of healing. And he would just say, "Oh my gosh, that feels so good." And I hadn't even touched him at all. And he said, "Look, I'm in stage 4. And he said, "What got me here is I was a workaholic most of my life." Yes. And the stress wore my nervous system out, which broke down my immune system, which caused me to be in the position that I am in now. He said, make sure you have balance in your life, right? Make sure you have balance in your life. And yeah, so when I got graduated from massage school, and I know I wanted to use the clinical skill sets, and I went to volunteer. And as I got closer to it and got accepted to, help them with a project, the hospital had an on-site massage therapist that dealt with people in hospice, and the outpatient oncology patients also wanted to experience massage. So I happened to come in the right time where the department was looking for a massage therapist. You see? So I basically answered a calling that I felt within my spirit and stepped out in the alignment. And it turned out to be extremely rewarding. There's many things that I learned, the nuances, I learned about myself. And one is that even though I was going to the hospital once a week for 2 hours, I still was going to do traditional massage at the massage center. And I quickly learned I can't do that. I couldn't do both types of massage in the same day because I was feeling drained. And I was drained from the energy of working with those oncology patients. And I had learned in my journey, and the divine pointed out to me about our importance of who we are as, spiritual beings, and our energetic bodies and our physical body, balance, drinking plenty of water, doing the work, intentional prayer work as well, and keeping yourself protected. So I changed the routine, and on the days that I would was assigned to go to the hospital, when I would wake up in the morning, I would do my quiet prayer, reflection work, and envision a white light coming down over my body as a protective shield. And those are techniques that I learned along the way. When I jumped into the massage arena is when my spiritual awakening advanced, or heightened, if you will. So, yeah. So I did work in that arena from 2005 to 2014. Many great experiences building my private practice, as well as having worked with 2 franchises, the Massage Envy as well as Zen Massage. In both, I was able to go from being a massage therapist to actually management, and then to sales, and then back to being a massage therapist. Did many different projects in my city, leading teams of massage therapists, chair massage events. The rewards, though, was as I was working in the arena, I also embraced being the work. You know what I'm saying? I made sure I had a balanced schedule. I made sure I got massages on a regular basis, at least once a week. I made sure that, I was in my practice as far as metaphysical studies, mindfulness, and applying that in my life and applying that to my work. And I phased out of that work once I began to look at my 4th career. We got the 4th. Let's see. I've talked about Eastman Kodak. I've talked about Hewlett Packard. I talked about the massage career. The 4th career. Did I find 5 or 6? Oh my gosh. The 4th career is the doing crochet braid styling in the natural hair arena. And it was while I did not want to get burned out from massage, so I began to get tired. It's a lot of work. It's not so much your hands; it's your whole body. When you're doing massage, and especially your energy body. So, I was beginning to feel like, okay, how much more time I want to do this? I don't want to wake up one day and just can't move my body, because a lot of time, I watch many people burn out doing massage at those massage centers and not stepping out and getting their own practice, yeah. So I phased out of massage therapy. My daughter, the youngest, had asked me to start to do her hair in crochet in 2014. And there was no school there. And the time that I was getting into it, they were going to be implementing across the country required licensing to do natural hair. But it first was pointed out to me by my youngest daughter, Mommy, can you do my hair in crochet? And she showed me some videos. And you guys, I'm a multi-creative, crafty type of person. So it intrigued me to use, this $1 latch hook. They call it a crochet needle, but it's a latch hook you use to latch hook rugs, basically. and then you're cornrowing the hair down, and then you're using hair and latch hooking it into the cornrows to give a style, and you cut it and all that. Well, back in the 90s, crochet used to be big, but it was only one type of hair. It was a crinkly braided type of hair, $1 a pack, and you put like 1,000 packs in it. Everybody looked the same. It was one bead, yeah. I got pictures. Well, I used to do my daughter's hair like that when they were little. So fast forward in 2014, it had come back with a vengeance and picked up some momentum. And there was these people, influencers that are coming on YouTube showing you how to install it. And I connected or started following with this one young lady, Twana, Crochet Braids by Twana. And my daughter showed me a video, and it was early in January or something like that. And 2014, she said, Mom, can you do my hair? I said, okay, I'll look at the video. So we go, it wasn't until February I finally said yes. We go to the beauty supply store. We get what they suggested in the video. We get to it, man. That thing took me all day and all night. Looking back, it's a trip because it only takes me like an hour and a half to 3 hours to do it now. But it was funny. And we're looking hindsight. So I got the bug. I got hooked. It was creative. I was like, ooh, And I started researching. There were articles that went out on Huffington Post. It was talking about, this trend. They call it a trend within the African American community that's coming back just for the summer. Well, I noticed when I would go to the beauty supply store after I started doing my daughter's hair, beauty supply store the signs would say braiding hair. When I did her hair first in February, the stores said braiding hair in the aisles. By April, they had changed the signs to crochet. And so, my spidey senses went up. You know what I mean? Like in corporate America, I was a business process analyst. So, I was in my mind looking at processes. I'm looking at this thing. I'm looking at, wait a minute, I see a trend. I see they changing the name. Oh, this ain't a temporary thing. Let me get in the game. So I taught myself. There was no schools. There was no natural schools to even teach you. That you had to learn it on YouTube, y'all. But yet, the state that I was in, North Carolina, was pressing requirement for licensing. But yet there was no schools. Now, come on now. The Matrix is all up in our stuff. Trying to have a pocket and everything. But I digress. Anyway, I went ahead and mentored with my loctician, a young lady that was my first main loctician. And I said her name is, what's her baby girl's name? Shanae. And I showed her pictures of me doing my daughter's hair. And she said, Miss Wanda, you should take my natural hair class. And I did. I was one of her first students. It was more study 2 chapters a week and come in and take a test. Long and short, I kind of wavered back and forth. I started it. I made an investment. And then I wasn't studying it. I was thinking that I wanted to do something else or go after something that would give me, quotes, security. I even applied to Carolina's medical college or something like that to be a phlebotomist, and I don't even like needles. But I kept getting calls about crochet, so I put another deposit. I told her that I was looking at something else with phlebotomy, and I said, take the money and, donate it to someone that's going to be a student. But then I came back full circle, because I kept getting calls about crochet, because I had, started to advertise in Craigslist and things like that. So long and short, I came back full circle and finished my training with her. 2 weeks before the training, the studies, and then I would have to go to Raleigh to sit down, and do the practicals and stuff like that. Well, 2 weeks before I was to finish, and I was struggling too, because she was having me do the quizzes in the back, and a lot of them was like essay style, and I was studying to do multiple choice, right? Because I heard that the written test was going to be multiple choice. 2 weeks before I was finishing an 11-week program with her, she brought me in. She said, hey, Miss Wanda, I need to tell you something. I said, what? She said, how would you like, they made a change in the cosmetology board, and right now I can apply for your license. You'll have it next week. I cried. Seriously, literally, y'all. I cried. So let me just stop here for a moment and point out a divine sign and intervention. Basically, I did not have to go to Raleigh. Basically, a ruling had been made that if you are in mentorship at that time, all you needed was your mentor to file. Well, she was registered with the board to teach. All she had to do, because they had this window of opportunity, is submit my application for licensing. I didn't have to go take no tests. Come on, y'all. Okay, I finished the training with her. She's a master stylist. She didn't teach me crochet. She was teaching me what was necessary to understand about the natural hair licensing and requirements and sanitation and all that. Okay, so I got the official training one-on-one. I didn't have to pay what people were paying when they went into the full curriculum. I didn't have to do the 200 or 300 hours. I did the hours that her program presented and was legal. That her program presented and was legal and accepted by the cosmetology board. And I got the expertise from her as a master stylist on sanitation and how to properly handle natural hair. So a miracle showed up. So when you look at the whole picture, I was guided. I had been asking when I was in the massage career, what other career can I get into that gives me the flexibility I have? It'll still help me use my aptitude. It'll still help me use my hands and creativity and be in engagement with people one-on-one. And then my daughter, so you're looking for a prayer to be answered, and next thing you know, it comes in a way that you don't expect it. It came through my daughter tapping me on the shoulder, mommy, do my hair. And I'm telling you, when I did it the first time, I was like, oh, hell no, I don't want to do this no more. It take too long. But I kept practicing. And then my friends from the massage career, I think it was 3 or 4. I'm going to name them. Tanya, who we're best friends today. Tania, her and I do sister circles today. There was Damia. I did her hair once. And then there was Kim. And 3 of them end up being I would say 3 of them turned out to be the faces of my business when I started it. I was doing my marketing, and I came across this lady who wanted to do a trade with me for hairstyle in return for doing a photo shoot. She said, what you need is a photo shoot. You need photography done in a way that it would enhance and bring out your skills for the hairstyles that you do. And I remember her, Annette, that's her name. And I remember when she reached out to me, and when I responded back, I noticed her Facebook page was called, it had the numbers 444 in it, y'all. It was something like Photography 444 and Divine Signs. Look, y'all, I'm an angelologist. I study the awareness of the angelic realm. I also study about angel numbers. And 444 is the main number that has shown up in my life repeatedly almost every day. So here it is. I'm seeing this sign. Yes. Connect with this lady. And do you know, we did a photo shoot, and I'm telling the pictures that she did of my friends, which I used as on my business card. I got a magnet for my car at the time, my truck at the time. Oh my God. They in turn got to keep their pictures, and they posted it on their Facebook, which, you know, they weren't like completely active all the time. And they had so many, all of them had so many likes and loves, and because it was like we did a photo shoot that was like a glamorous, you know, not overly glamorous, but you know, they got to come to the photo shoot with their favorite top, favorite necklace, and the photographer did the light makeup on them. I was like, when I was watching the photo shoot, I'm like, I don't even know who these chicks are. The hair was blowing in the wind. She had a fan going, and they look beautiful. And them and their energy, and bless my business. The images and the imagery, putting on a business card, putting on you know, on the side of the car, blessed my business took off. At the same time, I did go and get training. The young lady who had a Facebook group and tutorials on crochet. Her name is Crochet Braids with Twana. I had gone, she was giving classes, and I went and learned more and met other people and came back and implemented some of the things I learned, and my business just took off. And within the midst of that, you know, whenever you start a business, it's important to understand who your client, you know, what is your perfect client. And I tell you, y'all, the divine Holy Spirit brought to me right away to show me who my clients were. As soon as I, you know, found the first salon to work in, and I had my advertising, people that were coming and especially calling, African American women, mature women, corporate women, business women, and the first thing they said is, I don't want to look like I got a bush on my head. I don't want to look like Mufasa, like a lion. I want to look like, you know, just normal, you know, hairstyle, as if I have a perm, but it's protected. Their hair be protected, but also within that community of women. When they first showed up, I discovered many had hair loss. And the statistics of African American women and hair loss at this time is over 54%. It's 2024 now, and I started doing my business. My business was magnetized to me to match up with my skill sets in 2014. And I feel blessed to celebrate 10 years in this past February 2024. And I have clients that have been loyal to me all of that time. So anyway, yeah, I become a specialist working with crochet, and especially for women with hair loss, being able to do installs with, I've learned techniques and products and things like that to be able to provide a healthy install without using glue or tape, without tight braiding. Heavy into scalp treatment with one particular line that I've been using for 10 years. So, yeah, that career I'm still in. And in this present moment, this is March 2024. Back in August of 2023, my business took a turn. And I'm still in business, but I do see the divine moving me in another direction, not separate of what all of my skills and talents, but to spend more time elevating my my spiritual work as a healer, which all along these careers, from massage and hair, and again, massage is where I experienced my continuous spiritual awakening. I have been taking lots of different classes, practicing different studies and awareness, lots of meditation, and listening time with Holy Spirit, which has helped me to be what I am today as a healer. I do sound healing, you guys. I'm a spiritual painter. I create, I'm an affirmation artist. I do movement with dance for myself as far as healing is concerned. That helps balance all of my energy as a creative. I completed my ordination as an angelic minister. I studied with Gateway University, Higher Metaphysical Studies. I am a life visioning facilitator, learned Dr. Michael Beckwith's program. Oh gosh, that's just, also do emotional release with sacred oils. So yeah, much that I have been able to unfold into. All of these callings and works were already within me, just as your callings and your divine gifts are already within you. You're learning in your journey as a spiritual being how to allow the illusion of not enough, the illusion of keeping your talents and your skills and your calling dormant, but waking up and expanding and allowing yourself to be sustained through your calling. So at this time, over the years, I have done a lot of live streaming. I've had the opportunity to travel with my spiritual work, going out, speaking, doing guided meditations, doing sound baths, teaching over the years. Before the pandemic, I did a lot more than I have been. But now things are leveling out. My calendar has been made available, more time to really dive in and step into my work as a healer, with a combination of all that I've been exposed to and been doing. So putting this content out is a part of this. And most recently, some just powerful divine signs and synchronicities showed up that has helped me to come to a place of deep clarity as to what I am and who I am and why I do what I know why I do what I do. So take a look at the rest of the YouTube channel. Take a tour of my playlist. You could go to the top of my YouTube channel in my channel description to get a feel for what my intention is and how I can support you living an awakened life. I do have a Living an Awakened Life podcast. I have a playlist for that as well. But I just feel in gratitude for listening to Spirit, prompting me to put this particular video together to demonstrate how living a life of intuition, of activating imagination, and paying attention to divine signs. And let me just say this. All through my career doing hair, when I was setting up my website, I was prompted by Spirit to create a page that had affirmation on it, but do not turn the page on to be visible. And this is a tip for those of you who have businesses. Yeah, so the affirmational prayer that I put on there consists of me, first of all, giving acknowledgement to Holy Spirit for this business, asking that the divine guidance the angels put in place. I asked for a marketing angel. I asked for an assistant every day virtually. I asked for that my name, as it's out there on the internet, asked for guidance on how to do the social media, everything. And let me just say this. How did I get to do that and know to do that? I'm going to put a link below in this video, to a phenomenal technique, a book, and a particular person's story on how they discovered and went with the idea that they had an angelic team to assist them in navigating their lives. And so I activated in that energy. The book is called Hiring the Heavens. Hiring the Heavens. And I was introduced to that in my studies in my angelic studies with Gateway University. I received my ordination and completed that. A part of the curriculum, we had lots of study of higher metaphysical law, attraction, mindfulness, all kinds of. So this book was one of the books. It's quick read. It's called Hiring the Heavens. I'm going to put a link to the book, Amazon, my Amazon link, where I do get a little percentage for, a couple pennies for, as an associate, but as affiliate. But also a link to the authors. Someone interviewing the author tells her story of the concept of hiring an angelic team to work on your behalf. Oh my God, y'all, tell you, that's a whole nother video. I think I already did one talking about my experience of activating the Hiring the Heavens practice. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to close out, and thank you for listening. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for subscribing, and thank you for sharing this video. There may be somebody that that will resonate with everything that I'm saying. If this video and the concepts are not their cup of tea, it's cool. Thanks for coming by, but share it with somebody. Somebody out there that could benefit from this. Peace and blessings. I look forward to bringing you the next video. Take care.